How are you guys today?
I'm good.
We decided that we wanted to do a quick live event for you guys today and just kind of talk about a few things. I want to go over a few things that we're doing for our group so that you guys know and understand and can help us and keep things going in a positive way. And then also give you guys an opportunity to ask a few questions. So just to kind of get started, I just helped my daughter bring some kids out to the car, so I'm a little bit out of breath. So I was trying to hurry up really quick. I'm actually at her house visiting in Idaho, so I'm not really at home. You can't see their picture in the background. But next year, we're pretty excited. Our group is growing. We're actually over 7,000 people. We turned 7,000 yesterday, and we've already got almost 7,100. So there's actually a lot of people who are wanting to be part of this group that need help in some way or another. And some people are happy and some people are angry and some people are a little bit indifferent, but that's why I created this group, was to help people become better sellers, become better people on the inside with the businesses that they're trying to create, and just be a voice for good and a place where people can come to find help and become better. So next year, we do have a website right now. It's just a temporary one. You can go to it if you want. It's marketplace-sellers.com, and you can see it. But right now, it's just temporary. By the end of the month, we're going to have our new website up and running. We expect to be able to give people private access for those that want to join on a private basis with a lot of extra features and things like that that you can participate in, and we will roll those out as they are ready. But just so you know, we will have that. We did just put up a link for newsletters, so those of you who would like to join in and get our newsletters, they will have updates, they will have different things, you know, basically be able to take the information that we have, condense it down, send it out to you so that you can feel updated and everything also and be part of that. And then we're also going to have some theme months. Every month is going to have a specific theme on it that you can expect to learn from. And just kind of like we did that one month where we listed 5 items a day, and we built the shops last month. This month, we've kind of focused a little bit on taxes, how to get your books in order and things like that. You know, starting next month, we've got a whole calendar of events that we're going to be working on throughout the year. We've really been pushing engagement or relationship marketing, and quite a few of you guys don't seem to understand it, which it's not simple to understand the word engagement. Well, what does that mean? You know, and how does that work? And that's okay, because we are all learning this together. We are all fumbling forward and learning and to become better sellers on this platform while we figure it out. But what we're finding is that engagement or relationship marketing is so big with Facebook, because Facebook wasn't created to sell things, to sell items to people. It was created to have a social network, a relationship with people. So how do we do that on Facebook Marketplace and with our shops to make that happen? And that's some of the stuff that we're going to be teaching and helping you guys out with, so that you can become better at that. As a matter of fact, maybe if some of you guys remember the Doritos post of the guy with he put a jar on Facebook Marketplace with a Dorito in it and sold it for $10 and $5 shipping, and people were buying this Dorito in a jar. Well, Mark has actually got an opportunity to interview him, and he will be our Super Seller Sunday featured interviewee on this Sunday. And it's really exciting because when we talk about relationship marketing or engagement, this is one of the main things that we're talking about to help you get to that next level. And it really ties into the low and no views, and you know, how to engage people, how to get people on your platform so that you can sell and do well. The magic link. a lot of people that are coming on don't know anything about the Magic Link. I want to give you a little bit of history about the Magic Link. A long time ago, meaning in our world a couple months ago, group, the official Facebook Marketplace group, had a special link that only people in that group could use. And they kind of let it out. There's no way to get into it without that specific link. There's not like a breadcrumb trail that you can get to that link anymore. Or it was specifically just for that, but it's still there and it's still available. And my understanding is that link goes directly to somebody as a priority because they were part of that group. It still works. It's still amazing. And in order to make that work, you do have to do some work also. It's magic because it gets to people the way it's supposed to, but you still have to respond to every email. When people don't know what to do or how to get unbanned, take care of missing money, do things that are actually really important to their livelihoods, that's the link that we send them to get the best results every time. And it's amazing to me how many people we send them to the YouTube channel that we have specifically so that they can watch the video and understand how it works, because just filling out the form and sending it in isn't the only thing. There's follow-up, there's things that you have to do. And so it's important that they watch that. And then underneath that is the links. And even if this is you having a problem, we'll put the link in the video when we put out the recording also, so that you can see the Magic Link video and be able to help yourself that way.
It's in the chat right now too.
It's in the chat right now. Perfect.
Yeah.
I also, because you put the website. Yeah, yep. Marcus did post the website just so that you guys could go to it if you wanted to see it. So yesterday we had an interesting situation. A lot of people weren't getting paid, whether it was a glitch or had to do with the Amazon outage. We don't really know. But what we do know is that it affects everybody's livelihoods. We're not Facebook. We're just a support group to be here and to help each other. And so we had to make some executive decisions on how to handle that, because so many posts were being put up regarding this, that it was drowning out the other people that needed help in addition to just that. And so we regrettably had to go in and start, deleting posts, and we explained that. Some of them we just had to turn off comments, other ones we just had to delete and refer people back to one singular post so that people fully understood, look, we know you're coming in here because you need help, you're looking for support, and that's what we're here for. But we're not Facebook Marketplace. We are just a group of people that decided to get together and saw a need in the community, and that's why we're here to help each other. So that's why that got put on there, and that happens rarely. But we are pretty serious when it comes to our rules and how we treat each other on the platform. We want everybody to treat each other kindly and to use kind words. We get people all the time that send in reports saying, this is inappropriate or that's inappropriate. And we do go through and we read all of your posts as the best that we're able to. And with a group growing like this, we're not always able to get to everything. And we do rely on you guys to help us out that way. We also have what's called a bug report every Saturday. And what that does is it gets the posts that people we pull the posts. Anthony Rubio, one of our group experts, is the person who does it. And he pulls in all of the problems that people are having, researches whether or not it's a bug or not. And he also does his best to report it into Facebook to let them know, what it is. Facebook supposedly is supposed to tell us every week if something's a bug or not, but they're not real consistent about that. So we just kind of keep track of that for you. Well, Anthony keeps track of that for you. And he also has a group called Bug Report that you can join if you wanted to be part of that also. Anyway, that's kind of some of the announcements and stuff that I have for you guys to kind of clear a few things up, let you know what we're about for those of you that are new. And I really see a lot of people that are on here that I recognized all of your names. So it's people that I see on here quite a bit. Do you have anything that you want to add, Marcus?
No, here to get into any questions or comments or chit chat. That was what we're here for. So we have an hour. So we will do kind of the raise your hand. We're getting enough people to where, yeah, if you don't know how to do it on the screen, just do this, and that way we can keep the background noise and stuff and let you have your time to talk. So thank you. Yeah, no, that's great. It's cool. The next year is going to be pretty exciting. We got some stuff that we're working on, both on for the public group and then some stuff in the background too. So it should be fun.
It'll be really fun. Does any of you guys have any questions that we could help you out with? And don't everyone speak at once, clearly. I know I laugh at my own jokes.
I'll raise my hand.
Okay. Well, I don't know if I can answer your question. So.
And this is for the group. So this is for you guys out there. So not for you, Lisa. So since you're all here listening, hopefully you haven't tuned us out yet. What do you guys want? What do you see the group as, and what do you want to see from the group? I mean, the main group, there's 7,000 people right now. It's not for us. It's not for Lisa and I and Kelly and Nate. It's for you guys. So we have folks. I mean, you guys are engaged in the group. Like Lisa said, I recognize a lot of your names. But is there anything that you would like to see happen? And we can definitely, take a look at that. So that's open to everybody. Anybody?
Natasha. Natasha's in her car, so she might not have her way to raise her hand. But Natasha, if you want to unmute yourself, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm not able to unmute you, Natasha. It looks like you need to.
We can't hear you yet if you're trying to talk. Be safe, though.
Yeah, that's one of the things with our here we have one in the chat. I'm really happy with what you're offering right now. Just to have human to interact with is great.
Yeah.
That came from Nancy and Natasha. If you feel free to chime in, if and we got some raised hands. So that's why we're going to start using video more. We understand, and this is the reason that I joined the group was in the very beginning. I think you were at 700-800 members, I think, something like that. Is I just wanted validation for some stuff that I was happening, So yeah. We're going to try to put faces to the comments more often. So let's see, Tish, go ahead.
Mine isn't necessarily that I need to see anything. I just wanted to say thank you, because sometimes it is like Marcus just said, it's validation knowing that my issue isn't a glitch on my end. It is a Facebook issue. I can be more patient. I can wait a week. It's okay. Do I, oh my God, freak out and contact them right now?
Yeah, that's a really, I remember when I first started having, little things that come up and whatnot. It's really easy for us that have gone through it 10 times. The no payment delays yesterday, right? That was a no payment delay. And if that's the first time dealing with it and you got $5,000, $6,000, $7,000, $2,000, $3,000 worth of pending payments, man, that's nerve wracking. And so we try to nicely give that validation and say, we've gone through it before. That's probably about the fourth time over the year that there have been payment delays that I've had to deal with. But that doesn't mean that the first one for me wasn't nerve wracking. They got your money. So thanks, Tish. Thanks for that comment.
Thank you.
Kelly, go ahead.
Am I unmuted?
Yes.
Yeah, I think I am. Yeah. So I just wanted to say, I think one of the things I noticed about this group is just the the positivity, even though we do get a lot of people complaining about things, it's natural. I mean, we come on, we're frustrated. We go to Facebook to air kind of our dirty laundry sometimes. But the one thing I hope we can do well in this group, and I know I'm speaking to the choir for everyone that's on here because you're taking time to be on here, but every one of you, whether you're an admin or not, that I think, we encourage you to, when you see somebody who's upset and for example, yesterday, Marcus's example of the payouts, there's been a post. If you see somebody else complaining, feel free to tag them. You just go ahead and tag them on that post. Now you know where the magic form is. When you see someone where you know that they could use help, just feel free to, get them that link to the magic form. Like, it doesn't always have to be an admin. We'll find that more people that are involved helping problem solve, the better this group is going to be for everybody. So we just want to encourage you, because I noticed this in Facebook groups that we sometimes are a little shy maybe about responding or supporting or helping if you're not an admin. And that's really not what this group is about. I really feel a very different culture in this group. So I just encourage everyone to be a solutions provider for all the people that are on here, and it'll make this group better and really stand out.
Excellent. Thank you, Kelly.
We have a chat, and then we have Melissa has her hand up. So we'll go to the chat first.
And if Natasha, if you figure out how to unmute yourself, let us know. It won't let her, she said. Okay. I saw her mouth move.
So, man, I forget your first name. I know you got your business. You have your business under there, Knaus Investments. I know you're on the group with your first name, and we've chatted offline before for quite a while, probably. His question is, how has sales been for everyone lately? So we'll kind of go around the horn real quick. I'll start off. October for me was my highest month. November was my lowest month. And I don't know. And Lisa, I'm going to answer for you. I think, if I'm right. Lisa's was her October was one of your lowest months, and November was your highest month.
Yes.
So I will I routinely like to share my order count. I don't always get into my financials, although I'm an open book on it. I would if asked. But yeah, it was November's been a little rough, or November was rough, but October made up for it. So anybody else want to chime in with kind of how your numbers have been?
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
We can.
Okay. I saw it now. Okay. My sales were really good in November. As a matter of fact, Black Friday was really awesome. And then all of a sudden, there was one of those bugs that came across that said suspicious activity, and they locked me out, and I was literally freaking out, and I was relying on the group. And then Lisa was saying, see, the problem is that my profile said Saving Savvy Sanders, and you were saying that it needed to match my ID. But then next thing you know, they approved me. So now I want to go on there. I do see that the tax information, because I have a Facebook shop, so they definitely have my real name. But it's like now I'm scared to go on there and mess with it. But anyway, to answer the question, because I'm all over the place, November has actually been a very good month for my shop. Not for people that I know that just have regular sales, but under their name. But my Facebook shop did really good in November. October it was mediocre, and then it's like every other day in December. It's like one day is feast, another day is famine.
As far as like fixing your shop, if you're having troubles with it, just so you know, Christopher Sean Thompson is our group expert with that. And we've actually going to make a big announcement today regarding this, but I don't want to give anything away before we've actually talked to our own admins first. So we will make that announcement later. But if you need help, text him. He's always available to help people out. If it gets too, extensive, he does charge a consultation fee, but he's been able to help.
Understandable.
So many people on their shops, and being able to help them take it to the next level, fix problems. He's really good that way. Can we answer some of these other people's questions,
Sure.
Marcus? Also,
Yeah.
thank you,
So, and
Natasha.
Maria, I saw you put your hand up as well. So we'll go to a couple first, and then we'll get to you. So, Melissa, you had a question?
Yes. Hi. It's like great to see you guys in person because I see all your names on the group. So it's nice to like associate the face with the name.
You too.
So just a comment about, improving the group going forward. I've been selling for 2 years now. So like where I am is different than other people on there. So I don't know if it's possible to create subgroups, or maybe this is something on the website where you have like subgroups related to people who are brand new, who are, just need questions about getting started versus technical issues or what people are having. Or like for me right now, I'm really focused on engagement. And for me, that's like advertising and how to promote my brand, how to get more traffic on Marketplace. And then the other thing that was cool for me is like I sell like specific products, and someone had a general question about it in our group, and I was able to talk with other sellers who sell similar items to I do, and it was really great to brainstorm with them. So, and I know people sell clothes, which is something I don't sell, and they can kind of brainstorm too. So I find that really helpful, because I believe like I want to help other people who sell the same thing that I do, because I believe we can bounce ideas off of each other and grow. And I mean, there's enough, customers out there. And just regarding the sales, I don't know, I'm pretty consistent. Like I've really started putting a lot of emphasis on my shop, and that started in October, and my sales have been really good. I belong to another Facebook group, the Shop Talk, and he gives a lot of good ideas about like creating memes and stuff and videos, to get that engagement you guys are talking about. So I just appreciate everything you're doing, and thank you.
Well, just so you know, Christopher Sean Thompson is the owner of Shop Talk that I was
Yes.
telling Natasha about. Yes.
Okay, I was hoping he'd be here so I get to see him too.
He's without power.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he lost power in his house. Actually, he fully intended on it, and his phone was about to die. So,
Yeah.
he's going back to 1812 and gonna live that life for a few minutes until his power gets back on.
Okay.
I do want to tell you, the group has the ability to do groups and group calls and stuff. We have tested that out a little bit. You guys, I think you have the ability to do it on your end. You don't have to be an admin to open that up. So if you had a few people that you wanted to sit and chat and do that, once it's closed, though, it's closed. It doesn't save it. It doesn't do anything like that. But if you had a specific, like, I want to talk with people specifically about XYZ at this time, please come join me. It would go into the groups. It would put out the invitation. You would open that up, and then you could do that.
Oh, all right. That's good to know. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, and that was talked a little bit about today. I participated in the there was a Facebook community engagement where they were official Facebook thing where they were talking about some of these new features and groups. I'll try to link it because I think it's going to be available to watch offline as well. And then the subgroups, so the way that groups are set up, it's really hard to do. And that's one of the things we were talking about that as far as part of the website integration.
Right.
Having,
just so you know, we actually do have that on our list to do.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
Cool.
Was Tish next?
Thank you. Tish.
Thank you, Melissa.
Tish, are you still there?
Yeah, it wouldn't let me unmute.
Sure. Go ahead.
My first thing was I wanted to mention my sales. I'm just like Lisa. October was almost nothing, and November went crazy.
Crazy is right.
Like I don't go by dollar amounts because 90% of mine are under $10. Mine are numbers, like how many sales did I have? And I literally one day had 150 sales when I averaged 2 to 3 a day. It was insane. The other thing I wanted to mention, and I don't know if anybody else feels this way, but I've been a member of eBay for 16 years. I've been a seller online for a very long time. I'm just started in May on Marketplace. But I kind of feel like people don't stop to think for a second that most businesses, when they first start going, whether it be marketplace, whether it be an individual seller, whether it be Amazon, had issues at the beginning. They screwed up, they did things wrong, whatever. They just didn't start out with millions of customers. So, I mean, Facebook jumped in with this huge platform, and honestly, I feel like they didn't do enough testing pre-flop, I want to say, or before it started. And I think that's their issue, and people don't stop to think about that. That marketplace is actually fairly new when it comes to selling compared to places like eBay and other places that have selling platforms. And that's hard to stop and think when you consider the magnitude of sellers and things going on through marketplace, that they're new,
And
actually.
Tish, I'm sure you're probably part of some eBay groups and stuff. I would imagine they still have issues today.
Oh, absolutely.
You
Absolutely.
know, somebody was
Absolutely.
randomly banned for absolutely no reason. You know, all the same stuff that we deal with.
I have right now currently a bug where I have things that say you need to ship it. I go, it's delivered already, but it still pops up in my alerts and it is annoying. And I'm like, oh my God, seriously, it's 20 years. You can't get this stuff in.
Yeah, and I even have issues on eBay, and I finally just had to like take a bunch of stuff off and re-put it back on there, where I would say I was out of inventory on it, and then it would sell again, and I was like, what's going on here? Is Facebook coming back into eBay or something? But that's not the case. We know that. I do want to make a comment though on what you're saying about it being a new platform, because a lot of times I feel like we're kind of the guinea pigs, and especially last year when everything was just starting and it was like a full feeding frenzy. It was fun and it was great to take the ride, but there's so much more seller competition out there right now. And when we're looking at the feed and how much is coming through, you know, I've had so many conversations with Christopher Sean Thompson about this, and even Marcus. When you have so much that's available on the screen at a time, whether it's on your phone or whether it's on the computer or whatever, there's only so many listings that can be put up at a time. And so I kind of going to put myself out there and say the low and no views thing has to do with the amount of people that are on the platform and what's actually with the amount of listings that are on there. And it comes right down to engagement, relationship marketing. How are you going to stand out to be able to get that on? Sometimes I think, you know, some of it might be just catching the wheel, you know, like Poshmark, you just catch the wheel. But anyway, did you just approve Alex Vega?
I did.
Okay,
and
so
Maria had a question too. She had her physical hand up, so I want to make sure to not forget. So
okay,
Marie, I'm sorry.
yes, go ahead, Marie.
You do need to unmute yourself, Marie. It's usually on the bottom. It looks like you might be on a laptop. The microphone.
You can just see the inside. You know where they're at.
Wave your hands again if you get it. I can see if you unmute it as well. So right now you're muted, unfortunately, but I can see if you get unmuted, and we'll make sure to get to you. So Alex is here. He just posted in the chat. Hello.
Yeah. Hey, do you mind while we wait for her? Earlier when we were talking about, you know, what's coming up on Super Seller Sunday, we talked about the Dorito guy. Alex is the Dorito guy, and if you want to just unmute yourself really quick and say hi so that people can see or listen to who you are. If you're not on video, then that would be cool. While we wait for Marie to unmute herself.
Sure. Thanks, Lisa. It's good to be here with everyone.
There you are.
Good to see all the faces. Yep, I'm the guy behind the premium Dorito in the jar. So just want to be a part of the group, and excited to be here and happy to answer any questions that come up.
I think you guys will like Super Seller Sunday this Sunday. Him and Marcus, I watched the whole thing yesterday, and I get to go in and pull all the exciting parts out and put it out there for you guys. I think you're going to find it fascinating to hear how his relationship marketing strategy works. Thanks, Alex.
Sure.
Is she unmuted yet, Marcus?
Not yet, no. But we do have a question with Marlene. Marlene has a question.
Yeah, am I unmuted?
You're good, Marlene. Go ahead.
Okay, good. So Lisa was talking about engagement, and I have a shop and I have regular marketplace. So my shop is kind of a mess right now because a lot of my listings aren't actually publishing for some reason. And I've gone back and forth with Facebook for about 2 weeks now, and it still's not working. But on marketplace, what's some good ways for engagement besides like promotions? I do promotions a lot because you don't have an actual page for your regular marketplace. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, well, you do have your commerce profile that people can follow.
Yeah.
And what I would encourage you to do is send people over to your shop from Marketplace so
Okay.
that they can follow you, because you're going to get all those kinks cleared up here soon. And, just India has the best advice when she would just go in and she would text people that have already bought from her and say, hey, just wanted to let you know, you can, I have a new business page. I'd love to have you come and join me. This is, what it's all about. Sends them the link. And then she also says underneath that message, and if you don't want to be part of this group or you don't want to hear from me, I totally understand. Just swipe up and take yourself out of the group. And basically she's very kind about it, but she invites them to come and be part of their shop, part of her business page, so that everything that she posts, they see. It's is a lot more powerful than the personal marketplace page is. Shops seem to have been kind of pushed back a little bit while they fix some things. And so a lot of people have seen their shop be restricted until 2022, which is only in a couple of weeks, really. But it can feel really devastated. I can tell you my shop has gone way down also.
Mine has too. When it first started, I was getting orders like crazy, but now it's way, and I'm one of those people that I can actually post on Marketplace from my page, and it goes over to my shop. But I'm not sure how that works. If you have to renew your listing or delete and relist, will that delete all your listings off your shop then? It's just super confusing to me.
Okay, I didn't hear what she said. What did you say again?
I think I understood your question. And to be honest, I think Shop Talk, I posted a link to the group in the chat just now. So if you're able to look at the chat, and if you're not already part of that group, one of our experts, Christopher Sean, he goes by Sean. His power is out today. He's not able to join. He's going to be a really good resource for getting your shop aligned. To be transparent, it's a consult service, and there's a charge he charges, but getting your shop aligned. I think I understood your question maybe a little bit differently than Lisa did. Were you asking how to create engagement on your personal marketplace listings?
Yes.
And that one is obviously tougher because you don't have an audience like you do on your page. Your page has however many followers. You can use that and you can post it differently. I would say, so some of my things is I allow comments. Every listing I allow comments, so that gives people the opportunity to post on there and ask questions on the item itself. It's kind of random which one. I know that's still random which one can have comments and which ones can't. And then responding to every single message in a mostly timely manner, even if it's spam, even if it's somebody asking for my phone number, which I don't get.
I usually do that too. I always just say no, thank you, and then
and that's
done.
Because if you notice, I don't know if you have everybody has a different commerce profile dashboard. I think I have the newer dashboard style. It tells you how many messages are waiting to be responded to. So that tells me that Facebook is looking at that. That's a metric that they're looking at. They might not ding you openly on it, but it can rank your engagement level, or it can increase or lower your engagement level. Otherwise, they wouldn't take real estate on your screen, on your dashboard, to tell me how many messages I responded to. And then other things are just your standard, keyword rich titles and good pictures and all that kind of stuff. So
Okay. Well, thank you. That kind of answers my
yeah,
question.
kind of. It doesn't answer directly, but
No, I have gotten a lot more followers before, and it seems like I have gotten like nothing, and I don't know if they're doing something behind the scenes on Marketplace or what, because my sales in December have drastically gone down since November too.
sure.
So
Looks like
Marlene, if
Alex
you,
has
oh, hold on a second. Marlene, if you have a, is she gone?
Nope, I'm still
Okay.
here.
If you have, if you invite people just like to your shop, also to your personal marketplace profile to follow you, every time you post something, they're going to get a notification that you're posting things. It might not be in their feed like a shop would be, their regular feed, but when they're in marketplace, it's going to pull up and say, like every time Marcus posts something or his assistant helps him, do his stuff also, I get a little notification that says, that Marcus has posted something. So you can create your following on your regular marketplace. I'm just saying, I'm encouraging you to send them over to your shop, because your shop at the end of the day is going to be a lot more powerful than the personal marketplace. Everybody doesn't have a business to set up like a shop. And so a personal marketplace page is better for them than a shop. You just have to weigh that out. You have a shop, so that's why I was saying that.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, Alex.
Alex.
Sure. I wasn't sure. It looked like Tish might have had their hand up first, so I don't want to
I
step.
have it in.
Am I in queue next?
Order. I do need to take a phone call.
No problem.
Lisa, I have you as co-host, so.
Okay, no
So
problem.
Lisa, am I good to go? I didn't want to step in front of anybody is what I'm trying to do.
Yeah, go ahead, and then Tish, you're next.
Sure. So what was ma'am, what was your name again? I don't see your bubble in this meeting. It's
where did she go?
Valerie, or did I get it wrong?
Where did she go? Melissa? No,
it's
under the 5 others.
It's under 5 others, yeah. Ma'am, what was your name? I want to.
I think it was Melissa.
Yes.
Melissa.
Thank you, Kelly.
Cool. Thanks,
Yes.
Kelly. Appreciate it. So it was a follow-up question. Was it reach or engagement that Melissa was asking about?
Engagement.
Okay, so I'm going to give you an out-of-the-box thought. There's 2 things you can do. One, you can create a product that is so out there that it draws attention that would get you to start engaging with people, preferably something that might be parallel to your catalog that's on Marketplace. When you look at what I did with the premium Dorito in the jar, I went from like 2 people that followed me on my e-commerce profile to probably close to 100. I don't even keep count. It's not really easy to add them all up. You have to sit
and tick it down. Mm-hmm.
I manually, like Lisa said, I have to manually count them. But to my point, if you want to go the extra mile and really get fun and wacky, you can create a product that's out there enough that would get people talking, and they'll be enamored with you. When you walk into the room and you just capture the air and the energy, that's something that you can consider doing. Whether you're an extrovert or an introvert, you could still find a way to do that. And then that energy, that interest, that momentum, that conversation, even if it's 1 or 2 adjectives that really make people feel loved and welcomed, and oh wow, this is a cool chat. Because we kind of know, if you've been on the marketplace for a while, people can be a little snippy. Maybe they don't mean to be, but you don't get that warm back and forth conversation when you're at the supermarket kind of feel. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Second thing, you could go to somebody else's post on Marketplace that has a similar product and strike up a conversation and just put a little bit of elbow grease and start loving on people. And you can come up with some halfway legitimate or legitimate way to ask some questions. And, I'm sure the group of us can come up with at least 2 openers that are pretty simple. Like, wow, I really like how you did that. Tell me about it. People love talking about themselves. I know I do. I'm an excitable person. So if I can sense that sincere intent from you with your tone, your facial expression, the word choice, we don't want to overthink it. Yeah, I'm going to talk. And next thing you know, boom, bada bing. Oh, well, what are you doing on Marketplace? Oh my gosh, I've been there for several months. It was going good and now it's not. And next thing you know, you start getting chatty and boom. and you get into the flow of it. You go from being in a lower emotional state where you're like, man, the views are not coming as much, to now you're almost headhunting. Who can I go bug and maybe make a new, virtual friend on Marketplace? And this is stuff that I do, by the way. So
perfect. And you guys are going to see a little bit of that on Sunday with the Super Seller Sunday. Don't give away all the stuff today, Alex.
I hear you.
Tish,
Right on.
you're on deck.
No, Alex, give us all the secrets now. We want them now. I wanted to do, and again, this may not be what Facebook likes to do, but I've kind of noticed someone posted probably about 4 or 5 weeks ago that when they post something new, they have their husband go on it, on their profile, like, comment, and randomly it will get caught in that algorithm and brought up high. Well, I had probably 3 weeks, no, not 3 weeks, it was probably more like a week and a half of no views, no nothing. And I started doing this. So I have a secondary profile that I do that with. And then I randomly, if I catch my husband on, I'm like, hey, I'm going to send you a link. You're going to like this and comment on it for me. And everything that I comment on at least has 4, 5, 6 likes. At least it's getting some views. And randomly it gets caught in that algorithm. But I know the ones that I skip and don't do, nothing. So I don't know if it just happens to be, or Facebook goes, oh, somebody likes this. Let's see if anybody else does. I don't know. But in my personal opinion, on my Marketplace, I'm not doing a shop yet. I'm scared to death. I've heard so many horror stories. I will try after they work out some more bugs.
Well, what we think is happening, and based on the research that we've been doing, is when you create the engagement with the audience and people are interested in it, the system thinks that everyone loves it, and it boosts it in the searches and when people are searching for stuff. And that's what we call catching the wheel, or creating engagement, relationship marketing, that kind of stuff. It's pushing the product out. And there's been some people on the group that have even taken it one step further and created another small group where they text each other links and stuff like that to help each other out. And in fact, Kelly even posted something like that last week when she was talking about having a buddy system, and Kelly and I are buddies, in case anybody's wondering. And she's got a couple of people that she works with where we support each other. If I needed something boosted, I could send Kelly a link, or on something, and we could look at it and text each other and do the same thing. But to have that's a smaller little group, kind of like what Alex was talking about and what Kelly had posted about last week, it makes sense and it does work. And I'm part of that other little subgroup that they created as a test. And a lot of people have seen some good success with that. Not everybody, but not every listing is great. Do you want to chime in on that, Kelly?
Yeah, I think one of the things I'm noticing is that people try things for a minute and then they say it doesn't work. And so I just encourage anybody, if you catch on to an idea that makes good sense to you, is to give it a really valiant try. Keep it up for a couple days. Because I do notice that if you like this whole specific thing that we're talking about commenting on each other's listings, and it just happened to me again this morning, is I'm looking at something and I notice they don't have the size or whatever. So I ask them a question. Now, I've seen this thing dropping in my feed because I love things that are Pendleton and Woolrich. And there's a particular thing I like purchasing as well for gifts for my kids. And I'll be dang if the minute I start asking a question, that all of a sudden during the transaction, even if it's a few minutes, that the thing is sold to somebody else. And I see this pattern of this happening. So I just encourage people. I think what I'm saying is that try some of these things, but give it a real valiant try. Just because somebody says, you say something to a friend, hey, I like this listing, whatever. And honestly, whatever you say on your friend's listing doesn't even have to make sense. Just get something going, or ask and buddy with somebody. But don't just try it once and then forget it. Like, keep it up, and you will notice that it does work. But people are stopping, just shy of it working for them.
Awesome. Thank you, Kelly. Marcus, we have about 10 minutes left. So I know we have some more people in the queue. Who's next?
Sure. Katie. Katie just raised her hand. Go ahead, Katie.
Hi. I'm super new to this group. I think I was added even like a week ago, and then I joined that subgroup just because I started talking to people on the page, and Colby from Super Seller Sunday, invited me in, and that was really sweet.
She's so sweet.
Yeah, she's awesome. I've only been reselling since I really started in like March of this year. I'm very new. I still have a job. I have kids. It's something I do part-time, but it's also something that I'm very committed to because I actually really enjoy it. So I guess my biggest question, because I'm newer, would be, I have like some more basic questions. Is there like a page or something that you keep of like basic information that I would be able to read or watch or something? Because I'm kind of curious. Like, I know you say you have to keep movement on your page. So like, I have little questions like, is it best to list like 5 items a day, or is it best to list a whole bunch on the weekends? Because that's kind of what I always felt like I got the most sales when I listed on a Friday night or a Saturday morning. I'm like, so is that when I should wait to list, or should I do a little bit every day? Will I get slowed down because I'm not listing every day? I guess that would be like a really big question. And then, like I said, I don't know if you have something where you have all the answers to this, or
We're putting it together right now. Okay. So over the last, since we probably about 3,000 or 4,000 members, we realized that obviously us that are in the group all the time, we live in the group, we see the same questions. And we're putting together a frequently asked question document, or I don't know how to say it, but it'll have answers to 80% of the common questions that come in. So that's something that's coming out in the new year. It doesn't help you today. Ask the question on the group. If anybody gets snotty about it being a basic question, that's what we're here for. We get on it. So don't worry about asking what you feel might be a easy question. I'm jumbling up my words. And then as far as listing times, just real quick, I'll give my 2 cents on it. I see it being more important to be consistent than necessarily the time that you're listing. I think you were kind of getting to that. My sales are always better on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, but I don't see a difference. Most of my listings go up in the middle of the night. I have an assistant that does it, and she's in the Philippines. And so she does it in the middle of the night for us, for stateside. And I don't see any difference. And I do some during the day, but it's more about being consistent. I've had times where I've not been able to list. And I'll see an immediate drop the next couple of weeks. If I miss 3 or 4 days of not listing, or a week of not listing, I'll see a drop in sales the next week. That's totally anecdotal, but that's kind of how I see it.
Think of Facebook as a social media platform, because that's what it was designed to be. It wasn't designed to be a marketplace for people to come on and sell their stuff. So they've added it. It's still a social media platform first. So think about that when you're listing. And even like on your regular feed, if you're commenting and doing things regularly, then more people see what you have out there. So what we've seen is list regularly, list at good times. Even when you look back at metrics and stuff, like whatever platform you're looking at, a lot of times it'll tell you when are people online. And those are the best times to be able to post the information that you have, because that's when the people are there and they're active. And when you think about how many listings are out there that people are posting, and you want to be in front of them, even if you put yourself up here and it starts to go down here like this while other people are posting, even if that's the case, which we don't totally know, wouldn't you rather be up here and having it do this while people are online rather when they're not online? Just a thought. Really good questions. And just so you know, I saw Marcus like smiling from ear to ear when you were asking your question, because he's so excited about the frequently asked questions. He's the one who's putting it together, and I'm super happy he's doing it.
It's been a unique experience being able to see 5, 6, 7,000 people, the questions that they ask. And I've learned way more than probably, I've learned more from being a part of the group and seeing everybody's, questions and comments and concerns and gripes and complaints and everything else.
And happy times and everything.
Yeah.
And we actually dub it the theme of the day sometimes. So yesterday the theme was deposits. Another day it might be low and no views, but if you'll go in on the little search tab on the top and then type in some of your questions, you'll see so many people that post different things on there, and that'll probably be a good start for you. Also, if you need help, you can always reach out to us. We're happy to help you out.
So real quick, we have a couple more. It looks like Alex and Kelly got a couple things. So, and then we'll start. We'll probably just start wrapping it up. We want to get.
Okay.
I'm hungry, so. Anyway, Alex, go ahead.
Yeah, appreciate it, Marcus. I just wanted to answer Katie's good question. From a marketing perspective, social media deals with time of day. They call it time of day parting, where you look at data over time to see when's the best time people are going to get online and purchase or browse through their phone or through desktop. But let's dumb it down to the most common sense part. If you're selling items to a single person, maybe they're looking on their phone, maybe around 9:30, 10, maybe they're up late at night if they're, 30 and under, 25 and under, just giving you, a sense of a framework to think about this in a common sense way. Maybe if they're a parent, maybe the times are a little bit different, but generally speaking, you can't miss too far if you're looking at nighttime. So for me, I've done conscious experiments where I'm going at night, different times, maybe like a 5 to 6 around off work dinner time, maybe 11 to 12. Heck, I've even done in the middle of the night just because why not? I got my West Coasters and my East Coasters. So I've done different things because the Facebook Marketplace tool itself is not giving super granular. Even when I boost, I get some more granular data, but I don't recall, maybe it's changed recently, time of day. I get gender and maybe some phone type stuff, but hopefully that helps you a little bit, Katie, as well to consider.
Cool. Thanks, Alex. Kelly, go ahead.
Yeah, it's funny, Alex, that you're mentioning that. That's almost exactly what I was going to say. And Katie, another thing I do that's helpful to me, first of all, I think to remember that we all have different products. Our audiences are so different. That's what makes this so hard. But what I end up doing is I draft my listings during the day and I release listings pre 8 a.m. and after 8 p.m. I never release anything during the day. And I always stop and think, what is my product? Who is my audience? Is this going to be a morning? Is this going to be an evening? So I try to, again, use that draft. Be careful when you draft, because then when you post, it changes information, it drops information, but at least your photos and description and all that yucky, boring work that I don't like doing is at least in there. And then just consciously make a decision. And Alex is so right. And Lisa was saying this is a social platform. So if you want to see your post about that chili cooking that you just made, when people look at things like that, like look at your own, who is your audience, figure that out and release your listings at that time, because almost all of my sales happen from 6 to 8 a.m. and from 8 to 10, almost religiously. And the other thing I want to say, and I think it was Market or somebody was saying this, the number one thing for me, and I sell mostly vintage items, what works for me is posting 2 a day. I don't drop ship, so I don't know what everyone is doing here, but the minute I back off from it's absolutely clear to me that is hurting me. So if I can just be real consistent, even if you're doing 1 a day, just that consistency, get that done, and using your draft so that you can be consistent, because some days you're gonna have a lot of time, then other days you're like, oh my God, I didn't even know I had this, and blah, blah, blah. So consistency is so key.
Thank you. What do you think? Should we wrap this up? We've got like 3 minutes. I feel like we should sing like a closing song or something like that, or I don't know.
Like Kumbaya or something.
That's right. I'm not singing though, just so everyone's aware.
I heard you sing this morning when I was talking to you on the phone. So for anybody that joined late too, I'm pretty sure we're going to have this available on YouTube at a later date, or today or sometime. We got to process it and everything. So I know several people joined late and probably didn't catch the beginning here. So I just want to say thanks. I'm thoroughly enjoyed that we got Lisa and I were wondering if we were going to have a conversation by ourselves. So
we did.
So, yeah. So thank you, everybody that showed up, and we're kind of testing it out a little bit during the month of December. We know everybody's busy, but it's going to be a consistent thing going forward into the new year.
Thank you, everyone, and happy holidays.